Hello, everyone. We are at the Billionchants this morning on a Saturday morning. It's the 8th of August, and my name is Dolly. I'm going to be your host today, and with us, we're going to be joined by Satya Purushan. Um, Satya is a dear friend of mine and also works very closely with us on the OVBI side um, of the project. So he is one of our project volunteers working on actively on the water projects. But he also is a technology leader and currently works at Levi's, specializing in solving the retail supply chain optimization problems. So he does have a full-time job and a really amazing job at it. He's also a long-term meditator and art of living teacher, but superbly passionate about solving water crisis in rural India. So after the chant today, we're going to also share some of the projects that Satya has been working on or is involved with, which is going to be super, super exciting. So without much ado, welcome Satya. And I would just love to kind of hear your thoughts about how you would like to change, how would you like to heal the world with the positivity that we're going to kind of generate today through the chanting session.
Thank you, Dolly, and welcome to all the viewers. And this is an amazing project that the team has put together. Dolly and the rest of the team have put together for Billionchants. And I've been following this ever since it began. It's amazing to see that it has almost reached like 9 million chants and more to come. It's a great opportunity and an honor to be on this. And I have known that there have been many scholars who have come before me and hosted the show. I'm nowhere near in the knowledge of the mantras and other stuff, but I'll share, what it has meant for me and what these mantras do. And thank you, Dolly, for that introduction. And of course, the more you feel connected to yourself, you feel like giving a lot more to the society and the world at large. And that is where I think most of us shine. And that's been my story, my, truly like a success story on how I got started with, working with OVBI and the other projects that I do. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit about the mantra chanting. Many of you have been on these shows before, and anybody who's new, mantras are, to me, in a simplistic way, they are a very easy way for us to settle our mind. And we all know that vibrations and sounds have different impacts on our being as well as the environment itself. And there are certain mantras that you need a teacher who teaches you how to do them. But there are certain ones that you can chant along. And Om Namah Shivaya is one of those mantras that is the simplest mantra. It's also called as the Maha Mantra, and anybody can chant along and anybody can follow through. And the way you chant it, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it is all about the feeling that you have and how you are expressing yourself and expressing that gratitude. And chanting the mantra truly brings a balance within you, and especially with the Om Namah Shivaya. And not just you, it brings an harmony in the rest of the environment too. And especially with so much unrest and uncertainty that is going around the world, nothing like the whole planet coming together to chant this. And this is a great platform, the Billionchants platform, to bring together and make that one bit of a difference. Even if you chant these mantras for yourself, that the profound impact of that ripples. And I can't imagine 7 billion people around the world and chanting at the same time, and look at how much healing that it can bring. So without much ado, let's dive into chanting the mantras. And you've probably seen that it is usually chanted for 108 times, and that's a combination of these 9 planets that we have. That's a belief, and actually it is true to an extent how these planets have an influence on us. And these planets traveling through the 12 constellations that we have known from the Vedic sciences, and that's the 108 combinations. And any mantra that is chanted for that long, and it literally takes care of any good or bad influences that you might see in your life coming from these combinations across space and time. So usually they're chanted for 108 times, and that's what we will do today. So let's get ready. So let's all go ahead and close our eyes. Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. And see if you can settle down your breath. Just observe the inhalation and exhalation. And in order to chant the mantras, it is nice to be in that state of a little bit of a grounded, calm state, and then we can start our chanting. Let's take one more deep breath in and breathe out, and we'll begin our chanting. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Let's continue to meditate, and we'll meditate on a beautiful chant. It's called the Devi Kavacham. Keeping your eyes closed.
यद्गुह्यं परमं लोके सर्वरक्षाकरं नृणाम् यन्न कस्यचिदाख्यातं तन्मे ब्रूहि पितामहः। ब्रह्मोवाच अस्ति गुह्यतमं विप्र सर्वभूतोपकारकम् देव्यास्तु कवचं पुण्यं तच्छृणुष्व। प्रथमं शैलपुत्रीति द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम् पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च
शङ्किनी चक्षुषोर्मध्ये श्रोत्रयोद्वारवासिनी कपोलौ कालिकरक्षे कर्णमूले तु शाङ्करी नासिकायां सुगन्धा च उत्तरोष्टे च चर्चिका अधरे चामृतकला जिह्वायां च सरस्वती दन्तान् रक्षतु कौमारी कण्ठमध्ये तु चण्डिका घण्टिकां चित्रघण्टा च महामायां च तालुके कामाक्षी चिबुकं रक्षेत् वाचं मे सर्वमङ्गला ग्रीवायां भद्रकाली च पृष्ठवंशी धनुर्धरी नीलग्रीवा बहिः कण्ठे नलिकां नलकूबरी खड्गधारिण्युभौ स्कन्दौ बाहौ मे वज्रधारिणी हस्तयोर्दण्डिनी रक्षे अम्बिका चाङ्गुलीस्तथा नखाचूलेश्वरी रक्षे कुक्षौ रक्षेन्नलेश्वरी स्तनौ रक्षेन्महालक्ष्मी मनःशोकविनाशिनी हृदयं ललिता देवी उदरं शूलधारिणी नाभौ च कामिनी रक्षे गुह्यं गुह्येश्वरी तथा कट्यां भगवती रक्षे जानुनी विन्ध्यवासिनी भूतनाथा च मेढ्रं मे ऊरू महिषवाहिनी जङ्गे महाबला प्रोक्ता सर्वकामप्रदायिनी गुल्फयोर्नारसिंही च पादौ चान्विततेजसी पादाङ्गुली श्रीमे रक्षे पादाधस्तलवासिनी नखान्दंष्ट्राकराली च केशांश्चैवोर्ध्वकेशिनी रोमकूपेषु कौबेरी त्वचं वागेश्वरी तथा रक्तमज्जावसामांसानि अस्ति मेदांसि पार्वती अन्त्राणि कालरात्रिश्च पित्तं च मुकुटेश्वरी पद्मावती पद्मकोशे कफे चूडामणिस्तथा ज्वालामुखी नखज्वाला अभेद्या सर्वसन्धिषु शुक्रं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षे छायां चत्रेश्वरी तथा अहङ्कारं मनोबुद्धिं रक्ष मे धर्मचारिणी प्राणापानौ तथा व्यानं समानो दानमेव च यशकीर्तिं च लक्ष्मीं च सदा रक्षतु वैष्णवी गोत्रमिन्द्राणि मे रक्षेत् पशून् मे रक्ष चण्डिके पुत्रान् रक्षेन्महालक्ष्मी भार्यां रक्षतु भैरवी मार्गं क्षेमकरी रक्षे विजया सर्वतः स्थिता रक्षाहीनं कुयत्स्थानं वर्जितं कवचेन तु तत्सर्वं रक्ष मे देवी जयन्ती पापनाशिनी पदमेकं न गच्छेत्तु यदिच्छेच्छुभमात्मनः कवचेनावृतो नित्यं यत्र यत्राधिगच्छति तत्र तत्रार्थलाभश्च विजयः सार्वकामिकः यं यं कामयते कामं तं तं प्राप्नोति निश्चितम् परमैश्वर्यमतुलं प्राप्स्यते भूतले पुमान् निर्भयो जायते मर्त्यः सङ्ग्रामेष्वपराजितः त्रैलोक्ये तु भवेत् पूज्यः कवचेनावृतः पुमान् इदं तु देव्याः कवचम् देवानामपि दुर्लभम् यः पठेत् प्रयतो नित्यं त्रिसन्ध्यं श्रद्धयान्वितः दैवी कला भवेत् तस्य त्रैलोक्येऽप्यपराजितः जीवेद्वर्षशतं साग्रमपमृत्युविवर्जितः नश्यन्ति व्याधयः सर्वे लूता विस्फोटकादयः स्थावरं जङ्गमं वापि कृत्रिमं चापि यद्विषम् आभिचाराणि सर्वाणि मन्त्रयन्त्राणि भूतले भूचराः खेचराश्चैव जलजाश्चोपदेशिकाः सहजाः कुलजामालाः शाकिनी डाकिनी तथा अन्तरिक्षचरा घोरा डाकिन्यश्च महाबलाः ग्रहभूतपिशाचाश्च यक्षगन्धर्वराक्षसाः ब्रह्मराक्षसवेतालाः कूष्माण्डा भैरवादयः नश्यन्ति दर्शनात् तस्य कवचे हृदि संस्थिते मानो नतिर्भवेद्राग्नः तेजो वृद्धिकरं परम् यशसा वर्धते सोऽपि कीर्तिमण्डितभूतले जपेत् सप्तशतीं चण्डीं कृत्वा तु कवचं पुरा यावद्भूमण्डलं धत्ते सशैलवनकाननम् तावत्तिष्ठति मेदिन्या सन्ततिः पुत्रपौत्रिकी देहान्ते परमं स्थानं यत्सुरैरपि दुर्लभम् प्राप्नोति पुरुषो नित्यं महामाया प्रसादतः
Let's continue to meditate for a couple minutes. Let the vibrations of this mantra soak into you. Let this Devi Kavacham become a protective armor to you, to your surroundings, and to this whole world. Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. Slowly become aware of your body and surroundings. And when you feel complete, you may open your eyes. Welcome back.
Thank you so much, Satya, for leading us through the chant and the meditation. To all our viewers, we are really sorry for the technical difficulty with the audio. But thank you for just hanging on with us and dealing with all the ups and downs of these sessions that we have. Um, Today, since we have Satya with us, we're going to take this opportunity to learn more about OVBI's involvement with delivering water security across India. So I would let Satya kind of introduce his work and also introduce the campaign of eliminating water poverty in India. So Satya, if you can share a few words about that.
Absolutely. And OVBI has done so many different activities. I've been personally involved with OVBI since about maybe 5 years. And once I moved to the Bay Area, I came in touch with this dynamic group of people, Dolly being one of them. And it's actually, she's leading many of these initiatives for us, especially related to water. And when we were looking at, what are these projects that we have to address that will make a much bigger impact for not just for now, for future generation to come, and water became one of those problems that we need to solve. And if you look around, it is estimated that by in the next 10 years, if you don't do much, then because of the climate change and what is going on around the world, there won't be much of fresh water left for people to use. And think about it, that if water is becoming a scarcity, what is going to happen to the livelihoods? And I think we took up this audacious goal, and at least focusing on India and focusing especially on the rural India. By 2030, we want to make the entire rural India drought-free. I mean, it's an audacious goal that we have taken, and we are moving in the direction. And, believe it or not, there is so much help that is coming along to help us out. And this group of OVBI with this, very dedicated, I should say, passionate people. I mean, they're no longer volunteers. They're like putting in much more time than they're spending with their families and their work. They're working on this project. Our goal is to, take one step at a time and try to get to the audacious goal that we have set for ourselves. And so far, we have projects that we have started in the states of Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Rajasthan. And the way we are approaching this is, we have to restore the natural, the water cycle back again. And everybody knows it, learning from, school and colleges, that water evaporates, forms clouds, rains, and that's how you get the drinking water. But the biggest problem has been is with the deforestation and, chemical agriculture and whatnot, and urbanization, there is not enough moisture absorbing capacity in the earth itself. And whenever it rains, majority of the water just runs off, be it in the streams or the rivers, and finally it ends up in the ocean. And our statistics have shown, I mean, just looking at the state of Karnataka, in the coastal areas during the monsoon season, it rains anywhere like 1,400 millimeters in a year. And also in certain areas like 600 millimeters. If you think about it, that is enough water to sustain if you can harvest it properly. Because we don't have a good conservation mechanism, by the time it is summertime, there is not even a single drop of water. And we have seen that our farmers have gone into distress because of that. People are sitting on 70, 80 acres of land and they cannot grow anything. And that gets in, and we have seen really disastrous situations happen in these places, that people taking their own lives or not being able to provide, and economically they're in a really worse condition. And think about it, that India especially is an agrarian economy, and if we don't take care of growing food, think what's going to happen to the rest of the population. So, we are partnered with a lot of with our nonprofit organizations in India, and especially people who have the technology and know-how to resurrect these water bodies, be it lakes, like desilting the lakes. Over the period of time, the lakes have so much silt in them that they cannot even hold any more water, or rejuvenating rivers. Art of Living Foundation has been an amazing partner for us. They have done river rejuvenation work for a number of years now, and great success stories. So we create these micro recharge structures where the groundwater conservation can be done. We have created these check dams in Rajasthan and other places where whenever it rains, we need a place to hold the water, and create an whatever a man-made lake, so people can at least have access to fresh water through the summers. And there is a lot of these programs that have come, and I can pick one, Dolly, to let our viewers know what we are doing. Karnataka, I belong to Karnataka. I've come from a little town called Hubli. Then near Hubli, there is a district called Gadag. And Art of Living had taken up this project, and Gadag has been drought-ridden for a long, long time now. And there are major rivers around there, but it is because of the topography of the region, it's really difficult to harvest that fresh water up for usage. So Art of Living has this technology that they've come up with, doing this, using this remote sensing satellite imagery of geographic information systems, wherein you're studying the ecology and the hydrology, also the geology of the region. And based on that, we come up with a scientific action plan. So let's assume that, let's say, during the rains, because of the way the ground is contoured, there will be natural streams that are formed. And I've seen it for myself, like when it rains heavily, then the water just flows through the streams, and there is not enough absorption capacity. So of course it runs off. So what we do is we pick like each one of these streams and create these recharge wells on them. So they're called as like micro recharge structures. You can call them as, injection wells or recharge wells. So make sure that you can slow down the water flow, let the ground have enough time to seep the water into the ground. And we're hoping that the seeping water can, recharge the aquifers that are underneath, and create this groundwater capacity that you can access throughout the year. And this project has been going on for almost a couple of years now. Now with rains, we are seeing a huge, positive impact to the local villagers. These bore wells that people had dug to reach out for water were dead for a number of years, and they have been recharged with water already. And that is just like a tip of the iceberg. Our whole goal is to create this groundwater capacity enough that you can start bringing the ecological balance back again. The grasslands can grow, the trees can grow. So naturally, the water cycle will take care of itself. And the people and the government for Karnataka was so impressed with this project that we had done and the success stories. Now they've taken this project statewide, 29 districts. And to give you a magnitude, these recharge structures that we're talking about, in one district of maybe roughly about 350 villages, you had to create like 15,000 such structures. Imagine there's like 29 districts, and now we have to create more than like 500,000 such structures. It's going to take an amazing task force to come in and do it. And good news is that the way we operate, we fund the team that is then execution partners. We also provide them, technology capabilities, be it with analyzing the remote sensing data, creating uh, an action plan where you can monitor the impacts of what we have done and the benefits that people have gotten. So these are the few ways that we are acting as accelerators from OBBI and helping them out. And we are also, helping them out with creating this documentation that can help other people know what we have truly done. And getting the awareness within the villagers is one of the prime things. You have to get the buy-in from the villagers. Otherwise you show up one day and say that, look, we're going to solve your problems for the rest of your life. They're going to say, why? And who are you? So that whole building the community involvement is one of the success factors that we have had. And we have a very strong ground team from Art of Living and our other partners who can truly work with the local villages, get the buy-in, and have them actually come in and work on the structures. And luckily for us, the government also has schemes where they are encouraging employment within the villages. So any villager who comes in and helps us build these recharge structures, they will get paid for it. And it's a scheme called Manrega. It's Mahatma Gandhi National Employment Guarantee Act. So as part of it, they're getting paid, and we are creating these assets that are going to be there for perpetuity. And think about, anytime there is a rainfall that happens, you are recharging the groundwater, and will continue to do that and until the natural streams are rejuvenated, natural lakes are rejuvenated. And this is just a beginning. And we have a humongous project in front of us that has already kicked off. And it's an 24 months to like a 2.5 year project where we are looking to make 27,000 villages in Karnataka drought free by the end when we're done with this. Long road to go, and we are looking to build our teams. We are looking for support from people around. We have started building relationships with other donors who can come to the table and help us out, fund this team that needs to go in and execute. Of course, the Karnataka government has already created an agreement with the Art of Living, and we are creating an agreement with Art of Living to support this program. And hopefully we will start seeing the fruits of this come through.
Thank you so much for sharing this, Satya. It is truly exciting, the kind of work. Like Satya, just like most of our viewers and all of us around us, we live over here, we have our families, we have our full-time jobs. And the little extra effort of putting back our time into trying to do projects for the community, for the betterment of the community, and for the perpetual future for our own kids and the environment around us. It's truly a very, very noble cause. And Satya, I'm really, really glad to be working on this with you. And we encourage a lot of our viewers who are here, if you want to get involved, please send us a message on the Billion Chants, and we will surely send you more information about these projects as we go.
Absolutely, Dolly. Thank you. And for the viewers, if you can go to our website, it's eliminatingwaterpoverty.org. We have all of our projects listed in there, and there are different ways that you can get in touch with us, and we'll let you know how we can get involved. And there are multiple facets that we're opening up, and more so, we want to send the message out and let people know what we have been doing, and any ideas are welcome. And it brings me a personal satisfaction that I am able to do something that is going to solve a huge problem that is in front of us. I don't think you get an opportunity to do this much again and again. This is sort of like a one-time, lifetime opportunity. So definitely reach out to us. We'd love to get the support and help in any shape or form that we can.
Thank you so much for sharing this, Satya, with us. To all our viewers, please do reach out to us if you have any suggestions, feedback, or would like to join in the efforts. And with that, I would like to kind of conclude the session. Really, really honored to have you with us. And happy Nag Panchami for anybody who is celebrating it today. Healing thoughts to everyone who is who themselves are going through any illnesses, or their family or friends are, we send you good vibes to heal them. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.